Have you heard of the term leaky gut? It seems to be having a moment right now, but do you really understand what it is? Today I want to break it down for you. Thank you for joining me on Tailored Health, and let's dive in. The term leaky gut is essentially intestinal permeability. But in order to understand what that even means, we have to go back to anatomy and understand the entire digestive tract. And it all starts with the gut. What is the gut even? Well, it's not just your stomach. I'm sure that's what you think of when you think the gut. You have a gut feeling and you feel it in your stomach, in your belly. But the gut is actually your entire digestive tract, starting with your esophagus, moving down into the stomach, small intestines, large intestines, and then out the other side via your anus. That's the entire digestive tract. Now, this hollow tube is completely separate from the rest of your body. And the only time that the things you consume, be it food, beverages, supplements, medications, interact with your bloodstream and the rest of your body is when they're digested and absorbed via the small intestine. The lining of your gastrointestinal tract, your GI tract, is paper thin. It's one cell thin. And in your small intestine, there is a such thing as tight junctions, which means that the lining is very bound together, where only selective, very small particles can seep out into the bloodstream. And essentially that's after everything has been digested, broken down, and small little nutrients, vitamins, minerals, proteins, carbohydrates, diffuse into the bloodstream, and they get dispersed to your 50 to 100 trillion cells to feed them, to aid detoxification, to give you life and energy. But leaky gut is when things start to go awry. Maybe you've had a diet of too many refined sugars. Maybe you're intaking genetically modified organisms, GMOs. You're eating a lot of foods that you're sensitive to and reacting. Highly acidic inflammatory foods such as dairy, gluten is actually known to increase this intestinal permeability, leaky gut, because it activates a protein called zonulin in your intestinal lining that opens up those tight junctions and creates leaky gut. Stress, certain medications such as birth control pills, antibiotics, NSAIDs, so your Advil, Tylenol, steroids. Then you have environmental toxins, whether it be mercury, pesticides, BPA found in all of your plastics and can linings. A heavy intake of alcohol, infections, be it parasite or candida overgrowth. All of these can start to wear down at that one cell thin gastrointestinal tract lining. And when this happens, those tight junctions that should remain really tight except for those small molecules moving out again to infuse all of those nutrients to your 50 to 100 trillion cells, those tight junctions start to separate and become more porous, and things start leaking out into your bloodstream that shouldn't be there, such as bacteria, toxins, and proteins. So food particles start leaking out into your bloodstream. And what happens next is that your body will protect the blood at all costs, because your blood needs to remain clean. It needs to remain at a certain pH level all the time in order for you to stay alive. That's the end of the story. So when things that are not supposed to be in the bloodstream start leaking out into the bloodstream, it triggers your immune system to start attacking. And this is where autoimmunity comes into play. And there's a whole host of other symptoms that can alert you might have the start of leaky gut. Be sure to watch next week's video. I'm getting into these signs and symptoms that can tell you more about the integrity of your gut lining and whether you might have the beginnings or advanced stages of leaky gut. I hope you now understand a little bit more about the gastrointestinal tract, your digestive system, and what's referred to as the gut, and where things start to go awry and form this leaky gut intestinal permeability. If you liked this, give it a like, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Every week, I'm coming at you with a video like this, helping you to be your healthiest self. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.